Alright guys, we got another bird's nest in a dryer vent. So what I'm doing here is installing my inspection camera to get a closer view of what exactly is inside the dryer vent. As you can see here, I'm recording with my phone what's on the inspection camera screen. That's definitely a bird's nest. That is really compacted in there over a long period of time. Right here shows the length of where I reached the bird nest. And these are some still shots from the inspection camera itself. So in front you have the bird's nest, and behind you have compacted lit. So here I decided to try something unconventional to me, which was a standard household snake. And because of the shape of the snake, I was only able to reach so far. And I had to be cognizant of not damaging the dryer vent itself. I can only assume that the vent is the rigid material, but that's an assumption. I can't be sure that that's not the flexible after a certain point. So I'm going in again to see if I made any progress with the snake, which I did not. This can be a long, tedious process because you don't want to rush and break the vent, especially if you don't have attic space access where you can fix it if you had to. And again, I held my finger on the end of the inspection camera hose to show the distance that I had to go to reach that bird's nest. And I tried again to see if I could try to snake that out and loosen it up and maybe blow it from the other side, blow it out. So I'm, slowly going in and out of the vent with the snake, hoping that I can grab the end with the ball valve on the end. So now I'm going to try to vacuum out, see if I can reach it with the vacuum and possibly suck it out with my dry vac. I don't know if you guys can see the water that's leaking down the wall. We all know that where hot air meets cold air creates condensation. Well, that's what's happening here. The hot air from the dryer trying to escape is meeting the cold air from outside, and it creates the condensation. And therefore you have wet lint inside of the dryer vent, which is never a good sign. The vacuum here was also a fail because that lint is so compacted in there that the snake is not long enough to reach it. The vacuum is not powerful enough to suck it out. So I'm trying to confirm again if I made any progress with the inspection camera. And I did not. So from this point, I try to go inside and blow it out with my blower to see if maybe I can, if I loosened it up during the other process, and that was a fail. Next, I became innovative and used a piece of metal and zip tied and taped it to a drill brush stick. I bent the end in order to recreate a bird nest tool. This is something that's already made in the industry. I just don't have it, so I reproduced it the best I could, and I'm gonna spin it in there and see if it works the same way a bird nest tool would, and we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that that works. So here I'm going to use the same approach I would use with the drill brush sticks, except on the end I have my newly created bird nest tool. I'm going to attach it to my cordless drill and advance it one stick at a time. And as I get resistance, I draw back and forth to try to draw out the bird nest. As I said before, this is a long, tedious process because this bird nest was really compacted in there, which is what the bird wants, to block that hot air that's coming out of the dryer, to make it kind of warm on the other end for the nest. As you can see here, as I draw it out, it's grabbing the nest and drawing it out. And this is exactly what we want to happen. So now I'm advancing the inspection camera in to see if I'm making any progress, which I am. The idea of this is, if not to withdraw the whole bird's nest, to just dislodge enough so that I can go from the other side and blow it out. And then from the other side, I can use the normal method with the drill brush and advance that all the way out from the inside to the outside. So I went inside to try to blow it out. It still didn't work, so I used my drill brush and advanced it in an effort to push it out from the inside out. And I kept advancing my drill brush until I got a little resistance. I came back out to see what that resistance was. And that resistance was, I met the end. I can visually see the brush from the outside, which is a very good sign. So I go back inside and add about 2 more drill sticks. And there we have it. We completely drill from the inside out, which means we brush the entire length of the dryer vent. Normally, when I reach the end, I would do it in reverse and drill going backwards and draw it out from the inside, but I chose not to do that in this case because I know for a fact that this vent is clean, and this was the entire length it took to go the entire distance of the drill vent, which was about 14 sticks. It started to rain, but I'm glad it rained after I finished the hard part. This was the view after I cleaned the vent with the inspection camera. Nice and clear. So another way I decided to confirm the efficiency of the dry vent clean was to put the anemometer directly on the dryer at the exit point. This is going to be the highest reading that you're going to get because it's attached directly to the dryer. I do not expect to get this reading on the end of the dryer vent because the distance from this point to the exit point is over 14 dryer vent sticks, brush sticks. There is a 90-degree turn, and there's no way you're going to get that same reading. So here we're going to take the reading from the outside. Still raining, and that's what we're getting from the outside. This is 1500 CFMs. You are at over 2000 connected to the dryer, and it came from a reading of 0 to over 1500 CFM.